Hello and welcome to the 43rd episode of Liquor and Lyrics, the podcast that's taken apart some classic songs from musical history with lyrics that would not fly nowadays and probably shouldn't have flown at the time. Every week we drink, we talk about a song, hilarity ensues. What more can you ask for? Joining me, Nick. It's a man who, he's much like Iggy Pop, really, in the sense that he's got arms and legs and he's somehow still alive. It's Dan. Hello.
Hello. I don't like to dance with my shirt off. Everyone knows that about me.
Didn't want to put that image
with
in
jeans
minds,
on,
so.
still though.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah. I'm still recovering from my Sharona, to be honest. Still recovering from the revelations that were uncovered there.
Yes. Yeah. That was our most tangent episode, I think. I think most of it went off in directions that I couldn't have expected.
I don't think anyone did. All the feedback has suggested that no one expected it to go off in the direction that it did. Nervous Pedo.
A new character.
The
Nervous
Pedo is the comedy character that's sweeping the nation. I mean,
yeah.
I know someone in America who's referenced the Nervous Pedo to me. So
is it Donald Trump?
It's worldwide. Yeah.
I think that's what Donald Trump called Jeffrey Epstein, wasn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
I know he was not nervous, was he? He was quite brazen, actually. So
brazen is the word I'd use. Yeah.
If there was an American prolific pedo that you would class as nervous, I reckon if what they say about Bill Gates is true, which it isn't, obviously, in any way. If it was, then I could see him being a bit of a nervous pedo, but it's not true. Nor is he responsible for chipping us all via vaccines, obviously.
What, you're not?
Or eating babies under the Suez Canal or whatever the latest thing is.
I mean, that's more believable than the vaccine thing.
That could be a Harry Potter book, couldn't it? Harry Potter and the eating of the babies under the Suez Canal. The way she's going, she could write that and you wouldn't blink an eye.
No, to be fair, it'd be quite normal for her.
Yeah, Harry Potter and the returning of dicks on men's bodies where they should be is going to be the next one. That's not me saying it, by the way. That's J.K. Rowling's saying it in a book.
Yeah. Good to clarify. You have to clarify these days.
I have to clarify these days. You have to be careful. Lots of stuff from last week's, but what will come of this week then? Because this week I'm still shocked that I've never even considered doing this. Maybe it's because I've got to be honest, I'm not a huge Rolling Stones fan.
No,
I always want to be. I've tried loads of times. I'd love to be. The one of those where I think, oh yeah, that'll be my new band. I can never really get into it that much.
His voice annoys me.
Yeah, with Brown Sugar we're doing, and yeah, I mean obviously it's a really famous Stones song, but Liam Gallagher's favourite Stones song, would you believe? I saw that today.
Already
when I was
wasn't
the
that
internet.
asked about it. That's just sealed it for me.
I'm just not a huge Stones fan, but what I am a fan of is some of the lyrical content when I read it on a piece of paper.
Oh yeah.
Well, not on a piece of paper, on a metaphorical piece of paper through my laptop screen. Called a Google page.
Yes. A Google page, yes.
A Google
yes.
page. I didn't print out. I do want to clarify that I didn't go out to the library and print out the Google page and then read it afterwards.
You should have done. Maybe you
imagine that. That's would be my thing. I could be the guy that goes into the library and prints out Google pages and no one knows why. But just to mess with the same people. I'll go at the same time every week, once a week, and print out a Google page. And then
you'll still be the most normal person in the library.
Yeah, well, certainly in my experience recently of some libraries, yeah. I could do that and just see what, and then they'll be like, oh, he comes in at 11:02 every Wednesday and prints off a Google page, the same Google page, and then leaves.
I think the only weirder thing you could print off would be like porn.
Well, I was thinking that, but then I thought they'd probably stop me from doing that very quickly, wouldn't they? I imagine there's like a sensor on. I imagine if I use the library Wi-Fi, there's going to be a lock on there where I can't watch porn. I would imagine.
Yes,
I can find that out though tomorrow. I've got to go return a book tomorrow, so I can test that theory if you want. So we have a listen to it, seeing as though we're not fans, and see what we think.
Yeah.
A rare live clip for this show because it was either that or just watching the lyrics on a screen. So I thought I'd do Top of the Pops for us. Top of the Pop 70s. Yeah. See, you can see in the background. Pedo Hunt, Top of the Pop 70s. That's what I do on BBC 4 every Friday night.
How many of them are blurred out?
It's like Where's Wally for pedos watching Top of the Pops on a Friday night.
Yeah. I love it when they started showing them chronologically, and then there'd just be massive gaps. It'd go from like 1976 to 1981, and like, no one would explain why.
Why?
It's like, I've missed punk here. I've missed the Sex Pistols and the Clash.
Well, actually, the punk years were synonymous with pedos hosting Top of the Pops, unfortunately. So,
yeah.
Where's Wally? Where's Willie?
market down in New Orleans. Scarred over slave, I know we're doing all right. Here it whipped the women just around midnight. Brown sugar.
Absolute state of that.
It's a weird look he's going for there, isn't it? It's a pink suit and then a dog collar, essentially. And then one of those hats that I've only ever seen with like one of those multicolored caps that has like a helicopter thing on top of it, like what they call
last seen on a mentally challenged child. In America.
Yeah, with a little spin. He's got one of them on. It's a very strange look. Old dirty Mick, as we'll find out. Well,
it fascinates me with the Rolling Stones because it's like this group of it's this group of fair. Well, no, I won't say youthful because he looks like he's in his 50s even then. He just but I love the fact the drummer. I think the drummer Charlie Watts was like 20 years older than the rest of them, and it just always strikes me as odd.
I mean, I'd give Mick the kind of award for like one of the ugliest men to have slept with the most women award, but then I found out that what's his name from Simply Red slept with like thousands of women. So Mick Hucknall. What is it with the Micks? The Micks are very good at sleeping with women despite their obvious challenges in the looks department. Although
Jagger, Hucknall, Jackson,
Mick Jackson.
Mick Jackson.
I know that. Here comes Mick Jackson. You won't get your kid that Happy Meal, would you? The Mick Jackson. You'll see what that special surprise is inside.
It's gamey.
Yeah, don't try the mayo. Hamburglar. Don't know what I think the Hamburglar could be in that context. Mick Jackson. I think he has to be a new character now. But he's like Michael Jackson's like distant relative from like Hull or somewhere. And he's like loosely related to him, so he appears in all the Vox Pop shows talking about him, even though he met him once. I'm Mick Jackson.
No, not that one.
No, not that one. But he does have the same rap sheet of child sex offences. So
he's from Holt.
He's from Hull and he's related to Michael Jackson. I mean, you can't fight genetics.
Fun Michael Jackson fact: "Blame It on the Boogie" was a hit for the Jacksons, and it was written by Michael Jackson. But not that Michael Jackson. It was written by another Michael Jackson.
Oh wow! But shall we talk about we got new characters. We've got Happy Meal, child sexual references. We've had it all already. We haven't even got to the booze yet. Let's talk about the booze.
Alcohol. Alcohol.
As regular readers will know, I've been testing out what drinks I'm going to drink at Christmas, and series of different things. I am convinced that I have found my Christmas drink.
I mean, we've already tried 2 Bailey's ones.
The next 4 weeks are going
Bailey's
to be futile.
has made it into the final cut because you've already tried 2 Bailey's ones. So
I've gone for rum and ginger beer, but it's not any old ginger beer, and it's not M&S ginger beer either. Because they don't let me in there.
No. You normally sit outside of a cup, aren't you? It looks like you anyway.
Yeah, it's old Jamaica ginger beer, but it's the extra fiery version. It's a fiery ginger beer, and it's a good because the temperature this week has dropped below freezing.
Yes,
so it's a good winter drink, and it's fantastic.
That's it. That's it. It's a fiery ginger beer.
Rum and fiery ginger beer.
Rum, right? Okay.
Lamb. I've gone for lamb's rum, basic.
Ooh, navy rum.
I think I can mix. I'm going to get some Appleton's, which is a Jamaican rum that I think will pair with it nicely. So I'll get some of that. But I think I'm pretty much there.
Okay. I'd hate it, but
oh no,
I'm glad you like it.
I don't think you would. I think you'd like it.
No, because I hate ginger beer and I don't really like rum that much.
Well, I'll take it back then.
Yeah, so really, you're not. And I don't like spicy drinks either. So really, it's got every component in it. I can get down with rum sometimes, but I can't really get down with if needs must, I can drink a rum. But I don't like ginger and I don't like spicy drinks. So yeah.
Although I wouldn't say it was spicy. When it says fiery, I can't work out. I still can't work out in what way it's fiery. It tastes different to normal ginger beer because I had a normal one to compare it to.
Is it like that kind of? Is it cinnamon? That's usually what is in a fiery.
No, no. I like cinnamon, but no, it doesn't taste cinnamony. I'll get back to you on that next week. I'll do some thorough investigations and try and work out in what way it's fiery.
Yeah, well, someone's been chopping at the butt ever since she said rum. To be honest, so yeah, is it rum? Navy rum? Is it Navy rum?
It is a Navy
Nick?
rum, Doctor.
Oh, yeah,
Captain.
Ginger, Doctor. It's Doctor Hook. Wait, was Doctor Hook a pirate? Oh yeah, he was a pirate / doctor. He was a pirate, but he retired from being a pirate when pirating became elite, when the Somalis took over it. Immigrants coming over here, stealing your pirate jobs. Yeah, you tell me. It's why I voted for Brexit. All these EU sea laws. It's not for an old pirate like me. Good to be a doctor.
Well, he was originally a pirate abortionist, of course, but then he had to widen his speciality.
Yes. That's why I brought him in, because he can tell us all about any medical query that we have from any of the songs.
Doctor Hook MD.
Did you?
Which MD, which stands for massive dick.
$5 on a shot
right in there
when you go to his clinic, so So I glad you referenced the temperature, because as it's cold and this song's called Brown Sugar, I thought I might have a little sweet one with it being sort of very chilly, like you say, outside, and brown sugar obviously is a component in most. You can have brown sugar in most drinks. So I googled sort of brown sugar cocktails, and I got a list of the ones that are most used brown sugar. And I thought, you know what, I've never had on this show that I've had for a while, an Irish coffee. So I've gone with Irish whiskey. It's called crab. Oh, it's called something crabbies or crab trees. Something like that.
I think Dr. Hook knows a thing about crabs.
Yeah, you're talking about the crabs in the sea again, or the crabs that hang around the pubic region. I have a funny anecdote actually about once I thought Seaman Johnson was. He told me there was a crab infestation down in the gully, so I went down there with me net to get them out, and it turns out he meant all the lads had been shagging those rum mermaids again. There was a crab infestation on the genitals, but luckily I had the right ointment, being a doctor as well. Okay, thanks for that. So Irish whiskey, brown sugar syrup. I made some brown sugar syrup, coffee, and whipped cream. I used in there, and I also added some praline syrup that I bought for Christmas. I bought some of the, what's it called, that make that you see in the coffee shops? Monine, yeah, that's it, Monine, yeah. Yeah, I got that one. So I've added some praline of that as well, and it is bloody delicious. It's warming me cockles in this cold night. What was that about? No, you've had enough tonight already. Get out.
Back in the cupboard.
Get back in the cupboard. Right. So both Christmassy again. So you found your Christmas drink, and this is like my Christmas walking around the markets, I suppose, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
When you
but there's no people there.
Yeah, you entertain going to the markets, and then you walk around it for 10 minutes and go, "Oh, this is shit, expensive, and too busy. Should we just go in the nearest bar that we like?" Yeah, okay. That evening, yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Just some information on brown sugar.
Yes, I really do.
Information, that's what I need. Some information. Where did she come from? Information, that's what I need. Some information.
I was actually, I had a Spotify playlist on the other week that I'd found, and that song came on. Our information jingle song was on the playlist.
Is it
weird? Very weird.
Yeah.
I don't want that again. I mean, the alcohol jingle song by Gogo Bordello is on a lot of my playlists anyway, so that's not shocking when that comes up. But yeah, it was...
Brown Sugar is a song recorded by the English rock band The Rolling Stones, written primarily by Mick Jagger. Sir Mick Jagger. Is he a Sir Mick? I was going to say you can't have a sir that shagged that many women, but we've got many sirs that rape that many women, so we may as well have some that's consensual. Allegedly, the Liquor and Lyrics lawyer has told me to say. Written primarily by Mick Jagger, it is the opening track and lead single from their 9th studio album, Sticky Fingers, 1971. Yeah. Talk about that in a bit. It became a #1 hit in both the United States and Canada. And in the United Kingdom and Ireland, it charted at number 2. In the United States Billboard, it ranked as the number 16 song for 1971. Rolling Stone ranked it number 495 on its list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. 2010, and number 490 in 2004, and at number 5 on their list of the 100 greatest guitar songs of all time. Number 5.
Is the
guitar that great?
Greatest guitar songs of all time just not the greatest 100 songs of all time? Because surely
no, because there's
mostly have guitars on.
No, I think it'll mean like specialist guitar songs, which is why I don't understand why this one's on there, to be honest.
Which is why it shouldn't be on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot
you'd
of piano
have-
tunes, isn't there? You know,
you'd
your song,
have,
for example, has no guitar, does it?
That's
Really?
true. Yeah,
You know.
a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think even in terms of like, songs with good guitar on, I can't get no satisfaction would be above this from Rolling Stones' point of view, surely, because it's like an iconic riff and stuff.
I don't know why
understand
it's
the
a number
world.
5. Yeah, maybe I haven't listened to it enough. But writing for Sounds in 1971, Penny Valentine. That's such a sort of 60s, 70s name, isn't it? It's like they
I'm Penny Valentine.
It's just like Mick and that lived in this world that doesn't exist. Like I don't believe that's a real name. Praised Brown Sugar, stating that it was her choice as the best track. Cashbox, don't know what that is, described the song as returning to the fresh blues sound of the team's pre-satanic days, with a sax break, gritty wailing, and the unique Stones rhythm work. Record World said it is firmly in the Rolling Stones' hallowed tradition of gritty, groovy music. Writing for The Rag, rock critic Mike Saunders found the single to be the only especially noteworthy track of Sticky Fingers.
Rag, of course, the one magazine to be dedicated to the menstrual cycle.
Yeah. Oh, you could actually say like, why did they give us a bad review? What, in that rag?
Yes, exactly, in there.
Yeah. It's weird as well with them because I like blues, but I don't like their blues stuff.
No, I don't.
Again, it's weird. No.
What's your favourite Rolling? Do you have a favourite Rolling Stones song?
Yeah, it would. It's an obvious one. Everyone will go. Rolling Stones fans will go. Give Me Shelter. That's my favourite song. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favourite as well. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah. But if I all sounded like that, I'd be a huge fan.
Gimme Shelter is interesting. It's a very Liquor and Lyrics story. This is, but Gimme Shelter actually induced a miscarriage in one of the backing singers. They basically dragged her out of bed at 4 a.m. to come to the studio and do the rape murder backing vocals, and basically she strained her voice so much she ended up having a miscarriage.
Ooh, not a pleasant story then.
Not the first time Jagger has forced a baby to die.
I'd
Probably. Yeah, Captain Hook can attest to that. Get him out again.
No, put him in because he's going to be coming out soon. Yeah, that is horrible. Thanks for sharing that. Did she sue at least? No, probably couldn't sue then, could she? No, if it was now, you would. Well, if it was now, you wouldn't be being dragged out of bed.
They did put her name in the liner notes of the record, though, so all's well that ends well. I'd imagine they probably paid her medical bills.
Yeah, I imagine the Rolling Stones had women's medical bills built into the contract with the studio.
They had the hospital on a retainer. Well, they actually spelt her name wrong on the record.
Oh,
so that's
God.
a bit shit, isn't it?
Cause her to lose a child and spell a name wrong. Where does it end?
Yeah. Please like, rate, review, and follow to help push us up the charts. Get in touch with us at any of the links in the episode description, or email liquorandlyrics@gmail.com.
The first line of the song is Gold Coast slave ship bound for cotton fields. I don't know what to say about that because it's an awkward situation, isn't it? Don't want to...
Yeah, it's taking us down a road we've not been down yet.
No, got to be careful what we say, more so than pedos fair game, innit? Stuff like that. But the old slaves. All I'll say about it is, it happened. It definitely happened.
That's true.
And that's about as far as I'm willing to go into that.
The way you said that, it sounded like there's people who deny that it happened. You know, like
Well, there
with the
probably
school
is.
shootings, there's
No,
these
weirdly,
people
the
who
one
claim-
the weird thing is the one thing that Americans don't deny is black slavery. Sort of racist white people, they quite enjoy it, and they definitely want it back. So
yeah.
So that's the one thing you never hear a conspiracy about, is that didn't happen. Like the
There's a lot
Holocaust,
of
they deny
Americans
it.
that there's a lot of
Climate
Americans that
change.
watched Get Out and saw it as like an aspirational thing rather than the horror that it actually was.
Yeah, God, it's only going to get worse now. I will say this though: the ship wasn't bound for the cotton fields, was it? The people on it were. That wouldn't work.
Because
you couldn't get
you
a ship
don't
to
put the cotton
fields.
fields on the coast. Stupid.
No, that won't work. If the tide gets too high, you're going to ruin the cotton. Then they're going to have to start again. It wouldn't. The ship wouldn't be bound for the. It wouldn't be going inland, would it? That wouldn't work. The ship would stop. I mean, I'm being pedantic, but I'm just saying they should have said Gold Coast slave ship with slaves bound for the cotton fields.
Yeah, but they didn't. She's lazy.
They didn't. Yeah. So now I'm
Sounds like they're on
confused about what they
drugs.
meant. I don't know. Are the slaves on there that are going to the cotton fields, or is the ship going there? I'm confused by the story this is telling. So, did someone mention a slave ship? Oh, yeah, actually, could you enlighten us? Did you ever do any slave ships? Because you've been around for I don't know, the way we talk, thousands of years apparently. So any slaving? And do any slaving there? I don't want to talk about it in this council culture. You'll talk about giving women abortions with your hook, though. Yeah, but they're paying customers. There's a market for it. I don't want to talk about the slaves again. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Don't be going with you. Oh, he just winked, though. He winked because he was going back in. Oh, he did. You bastard. Sold in the market down in New Orleans. The cotton or the slaves?
I don't want to know.
I imagine they're talking about the cotton being sold in the markets because they say about getting to the cotton fields. Do you think if it was slaves or cotton, it was very much like those fishmongers that have headsets?
£1 fish. They're selling it they're selling, whether it's the slaves or the cotton that they're selling in New Orleans. New Orleans isn't known for being a white area, so surely that's just rubbing it in.
I think it was a white area, but the slaves were taken there. And then when slavery got abolished, the black people resided there, Nick. I think that's the explanation you're looking for. There you go. I think that's what happened, yeah. I don't think it was...
Because if there's one thing that you should
I don't think
guess
it was
about,
black on black
it's
crime, if that's
just
what you're trying to get
something.
at, Nick, with your right-wing views. I don't think there was black plantation owners bringing slaves over. Where's Old Orleans? That's what I want to know. Because we kind of named things after places here, didn't we? So we had New York.
New England.
We just went, that's York, New York. That's England, New England. We weren't very inventive with most of the names. No. So is there an Orleans
in Canada as well? You've got Nova Scotia in Canada, New Scotland,
New Jersey. They just put New. Let's just call it all the things we have back home, but put New in front of it. It'd be not inventive at all. But New Orleans. I'm just curious because there's no Orleans here, is there? Unless I'm mistaken. But you know what? Actually, there's a lot of French people in New Orleans. There you go. It's very French. There was a lot of French people went over there. You're learning something tonight, Nick. A lot of French people resided there, and now that's why they got a lot of French language things there, and they got a lot of French style last names in New Orleans as well.
They
got fuck all there now.
It was founded by French colonists. So yeah. Well, Hurricane Katrina fucked it, didn't it?
Yeah. I know. Of course.
Call this liquor and lyrics and history.
Yeah. Because we don't know what we can say because of what these lyrics say. We're actually having to talk about real things. Rather than just like pedos and
I don't know if I like it.
Here we go. We can have a go at this one. Scarred old slaver. No, he's doing all right. Hear him whip the women just around midnight. Scarred's quite specific, isn't it? Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking a midnight's late, isn't it, for an old fella? Also, is there an implication here? Sexual implication? Because I read that this song was about sex a lot, but when I read the lyrics, I was like, is it? I mean, I know some of it obviously is. But is the implication here that he's shagging the slavers? Yeah,
I mean, firstly, I read it as scared old slaver at first, and I had the whole thing prepared on like, what's he scared of? Why is he scared? Like, he's winning.
Yeah, no, he's scarred, which is very specific. There's a backstory there that Mick's written down somewhere about how the slaver got scarred.
Yeah, that's a
in one of his drug hazes. But scarred's like, he knows he's doing all right. Hear him whip the women just around midnight. I just think when he says whip, is there a sexual implication? Because the next line is brown sugar, how can you taste so good? So I'm just assuming that he's supposed to be shagging the slave woman. That's why he's doing it around midnight. I don't believe anyone old is having sex at midnight, for a start.
I mean, I'd argue that shagging is the wrong word. Probably rape is the correct
no, because it can't be. You can't be about rape and then go, brown sugar, how can you taste so good? Yeah. Because I don't know. He's creeping me out.
I just think it's a very badly written song, and it's about several things at once, and he's just jumbled. That's what I'm convinced has happened here. I was always under the impression this song was about heroin until I read the lyrics. I had this on my playlist of songs that are about heroin, even though half of them actually aren't about heroin. There She Goes by the Lars, not about heroin apparently.
Well, we never normally do this, but shall we just quickly see what it's about so that it can guide us in our comedy, Nick? They started running down brown sugar the first night, but they didn't get a take. I watched him write the lyrics. It took him maybe 45 minutes to write the lyrics. It was disgusting. He wrote it down as fast as he could move his hand. I'd never seen anything like it. He had one of those yellow legal pads and he'd write a verse a page, just write a verse and then turn the page. It was amazing. The song is thought to have been inspired by soul singer Claudia Linnea, who was also the inspiration behind David Bowie's Lady Grinning Soul. There are several different ways to interpret the song. The most straightforward is a meditation on white male and black female sex and how power has influenced it. Alternatively, it could be more generally about interracial sex or black sex. Finally, as metafiction, Mick Jagger plungers the musical history of black people from slave rhythms to spirituals to blues to... It's not that. He wrote it in 45 minutes. I think it's about white men and black women having sex, and Jagger thought he was making a serious point about it. So there you go.
Essentially.
Yeah. So he is having sex with them when it says whip around midnight. That's the implication that I thought was there. So yeah, I don't believe old people are having sex at midnight.
So whip might be the worst euphemism for sex I've ever heard.
Is he saying like they think he's off whipping her because they can hear the screams, but he does it around midnight, wink wink, he's actually fucking her?
It feels sick, Dan.
Or is it like is it an actual thing on power dynamics between white men and black women, and how like he's shagging her but it's forced, but he thinks she's in on it or whatever? Is he making a sort of racial political statement from Mick Jagger? We'll move on, because here we go. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good? I use brown sugar over white. I love Demerara sugar. Not sexually.
Same.
Not sexually. Not for years.
I didn't think it was. At no point did I think it was, but crack on. Don't let me stop you.
I mean, so brown sugar is a black person, obviously, that tastes good while he's shagging her.
I hope he doesn't call that to her face. I was like, hey,
brown sugar. Hey, brown sugar. I think he did. Well, black guys can say that to black women, can't they? They can walk in going, hey, brown sugar. Obviously, we should start as Patreon just so people can get the unedited version of this episode.
Oh, God.
Healthy eating and a good skim regime, I reckon, is why she tastes so good.
Usually. That's why I taste so good.
That's why you taste rank.
Yeah.
I've gotten good authority that you taste like mouldy potatoes and out-of-date pot pies.
That's so specific.
I said someone told me that. I didn't make it up. I told you I got it on good authority. So yeah, that smell when you open a bag of potatoes that's gone off and you get that sweaty smell coming out of it. That's what you taste. That's what you taste from with a mouldy pot pie.
The smell. Exactly the smell.
Well, Nick, we're in more of our wheelhouse here. Brown sugar, just like a young girl should. Oh, woo. Why did he have to throw the young in? Why did he have to throw the young in? He hasn't mentioned young. He's making a political statement about the power dynamics between white men and black women having sex. Why did he have to throw young in there? Ruin it.
You're already quite young, Mick.
Not now, he's not.
But at this point, he's still fairly youthful. There's no need to add young. Because it just...
how old would he have been in 1971? He must have only been about 25 or something, right? I don't know. He's been around for hundreds of years, hasn't he, at this point? I'm not sure at what point in time Mick Jagger was born. Was he a war baby?
He was born in 1943. So he would have been... Yeah, he would have been under 30 at this point.
Yeah.
28.
You don't say young, do you? No, right. Because if you're 28 and you're saying young girl, then you mean like 14, 15...
You mean half your age? Yeah.
Yeah, at least. Half your age minus 7. That's how you get the ideal. Half your age minus 7
was ever put in there. I don't think ideal.
No, it wasn't. Oh, no, it was half your age plus 7. Sorry. I got that wrong again. Oh. Sorry, officer. I thought the rule was mine. It was plus. Oh, I got mixed up again. Sorry.
You can use that in court. It'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll hold up. Good defense. Good defense, Low. So, good half. That's fun. Actually, as I get older, that's not so bad. Actually, that joke, because now it would be. I know it'd still be pretty young. Actually, now I think. Actually, it would still be 10.5 years old, wouldn't it? So, yep. So anyway, brown sugar. How come you taste so good? Brown sugar, just like a young girl should. Drums beating cold. English blood runs hot. Do you think English blood does run hot? Do you think that's if you were to describe the English people, would you go, oh yeah, they're hot-blooded? So you describe the Italians, isn't it?
That's the Italians, Mediterranean, Italians, Greeks.
Yeah, when they get off the sun lounges. But,
yeah, lazy bastards. But yes, certainly not the English.
Yeah, not the English. You never get, the English, they're very hot-blooded. When you can't, I can't even like sort of walk past someone on like in a crowded space and without going, oh, I'm sorry, and then walking the same way as them 5 times, then walking on and then feeling embarrassed and thinking about it for 2 days. That's not what I would describe as hot-blooded. Nor cold-blooded. We're just lukewarm. Yes, it happens to me every day.
I'd say
lukewarm. Not even lukewarm.
No, I'd say given some of the
Nothing.
things that the English have done throughout history, we're cold-blooded.
Oh, we were, yeah. Oh, that's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Historically.
Yeah, we're not talking about us, namby-pambys. We're talking about the old England, the slavers, and the
Dial back on the pride a little bit there, Dan. You look very proud of that.
You know I'm not, but I mean,
The good old days.
The good old days, the empire.
When you could say what you wanted.
You could buy women and eat babies and own countries and steal all
Walk to
their
the shop and you could buy a country. Right.
We could go to India and go, oh, these things are nice. So they're tea bags. We're taking them. Yep. And guess what? We're saying we invented them as well. Ha! Everyone around the world is going to think that we're the synonymous with the invention of tea, despite the fact that we've just come over here and stolen it from you. So he's like, we were the equivalent of the kid at school that stole your homework and handed it in, and then you got in trouble for not doing your homework. That's what the English were. Yeah. We did none of the effort and then went, yoink.
Turned up at the last minute and went,
Stuff
oh.
that. Yeah. And if anyone wants to go, no, that's not true, I'll go, tell me about English cuisine.
Yes, yeah.
Tell me about the English cuisine. I love that. And people go, oh, pies and shepherd's pies. Now, the French. The one vestige of thing that Britain's got to hang on to is that the chicken tikka was made here. That's like the last thing that we've got.
And in terms of an English food that was
Scotland.
basically stolen from another culture, the sandwich. That's what we've given the world. And I'm fine with that. I'm proud of that.
That's true. But I would say that other countries have mastered it and then brought it back over here in better forms. That's the sad thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like the deli sandwich and it's sandwiches in Italy with cured meat and stuff. Yeah.
A good meatball sub as well. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, basically we're shit.
I'm the curry for my tea and I'm hungry again.
What curry?
So we went out for a curry at weekend, me, my mum and my brother. And we went
me, mum, me dad and me gran went off to Waterloo. me, mum, me dad and me gran went off for a vindaloo.
And I ordered, it was like chicken tikka Nepali, it was called. And it had
was
like
that,
4
sorry, was that
next
the
to it.
nervous pedo there? Was it? Can I have the please?
It said spicy, not for beginners. And then when I ordered it, the waiter did a bit of a like, not a camp one, but more
like you just did, yeah.
Oh, look at this little white boy. And then when I got it,
lads,
no
we've got one ordered. Oh, careful, it's spicy.
A white boy who wants some meat. Then yeah, there's no spice to it whatsoever. But this one I had a Naga chili jalfrezi tonight, chicken tikka.
It's
Very
weird
good.
that I had that in there's like a posh Indian in town. What's it called now? I got a curry in there, and the guy went, "Oh, are you sure that's really spicy?" And I went, "Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry, it doesn't bother me." And then he went, "Oh," and said it, and all the chefs. It was like an open kitchen, so the chefs were like, "Oh," like laughing, pissing themselves, and they were all watching me while I ate it. No spice whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're just trying to scare white people into not having it or something.
Well, at that point, when they do something like that, I go full Ron Swanson. When they ask me if I'm sure, I'd go full Ron Swanson and go, I know what I'm about, son. You just bring it here. And I don't want to drink with it either. Fuck off.
Anyway.
All came from the meatball sub.
This is because we're really scared about talking about anything that's actually in these lyrics. Why did you suggest this song? Lady of the House, wondering when it's going to stop. Where are we here? I'm confused. And not in a let's take the piss way as usual, but just an actual confused.
I mean, Lady of the House is a very British thing as well. Is that the Lady of the House?
Well, we did have slavers.
I
I know, but he's mentioned New Orleans, didn't he? But we had slaves too, so maybe he's jumping about all the different slave places.
He's in Bristol, Dan.
Bristol, yeah.
He's in Bristol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Tear down the statue.
Throw it in the river.
Not the statue of the person we hadn't heard of until you took it down. I'm assuming, so the lady of the house's husband is fucking one of the slaves, one of the black slaves, I assume here. She's going, when's it going to stop?
I'm constantly very uncomfortable with the use of the word fucking in this episode.
All right, okay, raping then. Do you want me to say that?
Thank you.
Non-consensual fucking. We can cover it both then. Non-consensual fucking.
Excellent.
There you
Excellent.
go. Force fucking. That sounds like a superhero team, doesn't it? Not a good one. Force fucking.
Sample.
Redno boy. He just reciting all comes out of his hands.
It's my.
But it's
that's my
invisible, so no one can
superhero
see
now.
it. Hypno boy. No, that's your that's the police nickname for you because you leave an empty bottle of Hypno at every crime scene. We're gonna catch Hypno boy. That boys. Get in the car. Meow. So she's wondering when it's going to stop. She's lay there in bed going, "Oh, fucking hell, he's whipping that slave again, but he's not. He's not whipping her." She's going, "Oh, he loves whipping her at midnight. I wonder why he does it at such odd hours when we're all trying to sleep. Why doesn't he do it in the middle of the day when we're all working and whipping the slaves anyway? Why does he take that particularly attractive, buxom slave to the barn
That's
and
the word you don't get to hit.
voluptuous slave to the barn at midnight and whip her there? And why does her scream? No, because I don't want to. No, because I don't know whether it's supposed to be consensual or not. Still, so I can't even say that she's screaming in a nice way. Oh, Mick, what you like? Ooh, just stick to shagging Bowie. So, houseboy knows that he's doing all right. The houseboy's doing all right now, as well as the old slaver. That's a step down from the slaver, isn't it? Well, you know, not morally, but in a status sense.
Houseboy isn't like...
Houseboy's
I
a
still
shit
see
job,
houseboy.
right? The houseboy.
Yeah. It's basically a slave still.
Go and
but
get
he
me
works
my
in the
slippers,
house.
boy.
Yeah, I mean, it's one step from like, that's a shoe shine boy, which is also an inherently racist job.
And then when he's had too many whiskeys, the slaver's like, "Boy, let me tell you something. What the woman of the house doesn't know, don't hurt her." Wink, wink.
Oh, God.
I feel like the sort of progressive child whose dad owns a pub called the Black Boy and he won't change the name. That's how I feel like tonight.
Like, Dad,
Just
come
going,
on.
"Oh, come on.
You see it from their point of view, Dad.
Why do we have to call it that? Why are there so many called that?"
Think of the optics. They all got plenty of optics behind the bar. That's what we serve the
You
drink
could change
from.
the name
No,
when
not
you
those
inherit
optics.
it, if you get any money from it. No, there's no... Topical again. Houseboy knows he's doing right. I mean, I just don't know why the houseboy would be doing all right. The houseboys don't do all right, do they? It's a shit job. No one's going, "Ooh, I wish I could be the houseboy." Or are they like the, what's that one that they call the uncle... You know, like Samuel Jackson in Django Unchained, the slave that's betrayed his own kind by being the sort of the right-hand man of the white plantain owner.
He would have started out as a houseboy, I bet.
Or is it? Oh, though in England, so it wouldn't be a plantain owner. It'd be like some lord, wouldn't it?
Are you going to keep calling it a plantain owner?
Plantain owner. I was waiting for you to pick up on it.
He's really into tiny bananas. He's obsessed with them. Collects so many of them. I let it go the first time, and then you said it a second time.
I was wondering.
I'm not leaving
I was
that.
wondering if you were going to call me out on it or not. Yeah, the plantation owner. But in England, it wouldn't be. It would be like a lord, wouldn't it? It would be like some meh.
Yeah, Lord of the House.
Boy.
The Lord and Lady of the House.
Buyer. Go and get me 4 young men as desirable as yourself.
Also,
I slipped into that too easily, didn't I?
That was vile. That was the role you were born to play.
I think it is. Yeah. So he's a new character now. Yes. Go get me.
Do you want to sit here?
I'm done with you, boy. Go. But come back at midnight for more. Don't let any of the other commoners know about this, or you'll find yourself hanging from the neck. And not in a good way. Would he be buying slaves? He would be, wouldn't he? He'd be going, "Yes, this one is rather desirable, but I suppose if it's the best that you've got, I could pay a fair price that one might do."
It's damaged. Do we get a discount for damaged?
I'll take this one and 2 of the children, if no questions are asked. You should have heard him just around midnight. "Brown sugar, how come you taste so good?" What is going on here? Who should have heard him? The houseboy? Is the houseboy shagging her now? Oh, wait, because the slaver was doing all right when he was shagging her, so now the houseboy's doing all right because he's shagging a hot black woman as well.
But
But is
just
he white
basically
or
around
black?
done with her?
Because if he's black, they might be enjoying it.
I'd suggest he's
As long
black.
as he's not raping her.
Houseboy usually tends to be black, I think.
Did they? In your house?
Yeah, in my house, yeah. Oh, this is a minefield.
What an edit this is going to be. It's going to be about 10 minutes long, this episode. Yeah, just I'm confused because the houseboy's shagging her and he says, "Brown sugar, how come you taste so good?" See, if he's black, it's fine because he'd be like, "Brown sugar, how come you taste so good?" Who's that boy that knows he's doing all right? John Shaft. Ah, this is a weird song. Oh, get it on, Brown Sugar. How come you taste so good, baby? Oh, got me thinking about the brown sugar. Thinking about the brown sugar. Like, literally, is he just going like, Demerara, Muscovado, Turbinado, dark brown, molasses, coconut sugar, Pilonchillo, whole cane. And then did you know there's a brown sugar called Jaggery? So there you go, which links to Mick Jaggery, the brown sugar. There you go. Maybe it's all part of his plan in his 45-minute coked up writing of this song. Imagine that. Imagine going like, oh yeah, he's crafted a very commentary on the power dynamics between white and black women. Oh wow, well, how long did it take to write it? 45 minutes on a notepad at 4 a.m. while he was coked up, and then we killed the backing singer's baby. She was black. What was the power dynamics there? After you murdered a woman's baby by dragging her out of bed. Well done on the pro-women song and the pro anti-slavery song, Nick. Well done. Well done.
She's very much black. Yeah.
So wait, so she is black. So in a song where Mick's trying to make a point about the power dynamics between black men and white women and the history of that using slaves and the slave trade, after he wrote that song, he went and woke up a pregnant black woman at 4 a.m, forced her to the studio to perform songs, and then caused her to have a miscarriage as a white man.
Well, no, actually.
That's this week's episode. Bye.
No, because Gimme Shelter was 2 years before this. So you're
was it Gimme Shelter, wasn't it?
Oh
yeah.
But you feel like an idiot.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry, Mick. You let off the hook. Sorry. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Don't worry about it. Then he says, just like a black girl should, yeah. Why did he have to be so explicit with the black again? He's been saying, like, he's been using brown sugar as a metaphor, and now he just goes, just like a black girl should.
That's very power dynamic-y.
Well, because the two-way that could be is it's either after the sexual situations happened, whether it be consensual or not, probably not. Yeah, so if that was like a plantation owner, he'd be like, just like a black girl should, yeah? Like a...
I think it'd be a
just
deeper voice.
Just like a black girl should, yeah? As he ties up his pants.
We're getting dangerously close to Morgan Freeman. Do you wanna go full Morgan Freeman? Yeah, dude, that's it.
And I said to Andy that just like a black girl should.
It's impossible to try and do an impression of Morgan
without
Freeman
doing a Shawshank
going, Andy Dufresne. It's just impossible.
I'm not the only person in the world that fucking hates that film as well.
I could take it or leave it as well.
It's shit. So, anyway, but if you talk about the England one, it would be the sort of the Lord, the pompous Lord, the Pompey Lord.
I say
the Pompey Lord. That can be the character name. Pomp Lord. The Pompey Lord. Yeah. As he pulls up his pants, oh, be gone, girl. Just like a black. I nearly went black. Just like as a black man going black. Be gone,
woman.
My
favorite thing. That's my favorite thing about new houseboys. I get older, they stay the same age.
That's my favorite thing about houseboys. They get older and I stay the same. I went along to the village and tell the other boys to be here by 2 a.m. As he does his pants, yeah, just like a black girl should. I accidentally went into my freak me voice then by mistake, just like a black girl should. That'd be very different. That'd be very different if this was a boy band song, wouldn't it? Because it could easily be a boy band. A boy band could do this, couldn't they? And not know the lyrics. That'd be an experience for it. It'd be like, Gold Coast slave ship bound for the cotton fields, sold in the market down in New Orleans. Simon, are you sure that this is a sexy song about sex with a woman? Look, there, I've got it on good authority from Mick. So Mick, that this is a song about a very voluptuous sexual experience between a white man and a black woman. Okay. Well, take two. Scout old slave, I know he's doing all right. Hear him whip the women just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good? So good, girl. Brown sugar, just
It'd have
like a
to be-
young girl should do. Can we cut the young?
Well,
It wouldn't be a pop
all your
song.
fans are young. All your fans are young, darling.
It wouldn't be a pop song without.
But it'd have to be one of those boy bands that have got like a non-white member, wouldn't it? No one else would be able to.
Oh yeah, that'd be true. Yeah. As I told Sunita in the 80s, you've got to have a young girl in there, darling. Drum beating cold, English blood runs hot. Lady of the house wondering when it's gonna stop. Houseboy knows that he's doing alright. You should have heard him just around midnight. Brown sugar, how come you taste so good? Brown sugar, you got me going so good. Just vamping now. Just me and my imaginary boy band, just going for it. Oh, get it on, how come you taste so good? So there you go. We could do it. Yeah. Just like a black girl should. Whoa! Can we just... No, I'm not singing that.
You either sing it or you get out the band.
So now I bet your mama was a tent show queen. So tent show is like a sort of circus performer.
I'm straight down the circus angle.
So it's a bit of a disparaging comment, really. That if your mum was a tent show queen, I imagine he means it as a dig. She
smells.
Yeah, and she was only good enough for the. She was the queen, like when someone's sarcastic and I bet you were the queen of the tent show.
Yeah.
The queen of the tent show. Yeah, something like that. So now he's just being mean. I don't even know what point he's making there. Oh, but then here we go. And all her boyfriends were sweet 16, so she's a nonce. The rather rare female nonce. I don't know why I said that like David Attenborough. And now we spy the rather rare female nonce, rarely seen in the wild, but usually seen in high schools in Alabama.
Just majestic.
Majestic. The female nonce. Its beauty is caught in the fact that most men want it, most dads don't mind it, and most women detest it. The female nonce. It's a weird one, that, isn't it? Because I've done it. Whenever they say like, oh, yeah, 35-year-old school teacher sleeps with teenage boy, I always think, snitch. Why did he? Why did he ruin that? You know what I would have killed? I would have killed then. What's he blabbing for? Got a good thing going. Ooh, he's emotionally distressed. Emotionally distressed, poor the other one. I was emotionally distressed. My cock in my bedroom, wishing for that to happen when I was 15 years old, locked in there for days on end, sweating. It fell off. That's emotional distress. I'm not shagging a hot teacher.
I'll show you emotional distress.
I'll show you. My mattress was emotionally distressed. I'll tell you that. Me jumping on it all Sunday. The Hollyoaks omnibus on loop. Just trying to get a taste. Nobody can say that we're not diversity isn't a big thing on Licking Lyrics, Nick, because I think that the female nonce is an underrepresented group in pop culture.
You know what? I think they're underrepresented everywhere. And in fact, when it comes to election time, if there's a female nonce for me to vote for, sign me up.
Well, we've had plenty of male ones to vote for, so we may as well have a female one.
Hey, satire.
Yeah.
So just invited Ian Hislop on there.
Paul Merton makes a quirky observational comment afterwards.
Is it a dolphin in a bathtub?
But yeah, the female nonce, intriguing. But so now he's making digs about somebody's mum. I don't even know where it's gone, because then he says, "I'm no schoolboy, but I know what I like." I would argue that most schoolboys don't know what they like, Mick.
Correct. I mean,
as someone that was once a
22 years
schoolboy,
on from being a schoolboy, and I don't know what I like. So
putting aside what I just said about wishing I could have fucked a hot teacher, I don't think I knew what I particularly liked then. You changed, don't you? To be honest.
You probably just liked wanking and watching Hollyoaks omnibuses at that age. You
Anything,
knew what you
man.
liked, but tastes change.
Anything kept me going then. Fat Friends. There was like a mildly intimate scene.
There was always a mildly
intimate scene. Fat Friends.
But
that
unfortunately, James
shampoo
Corden wasn't
advert.
trying to be involved.
Honestly, if I was downstairs in the living room and that shampoo came advert with a woman's orgasm in that used to be on TV, I'd be up downstairs with my boxers around my ankles, flapping away like a madman within 30 seconds. More sore skin than on flu vaccine day at the school. And I think he's wrong here, because if I could pick celebrities that are still very much like schoolboys, even now, Mick Jagger would probably be top of my list. Jagger top, like give off the aura of still being a cheeky schoolboy. Jagger
Naughty
at the top
Sub,
of my
yeah.
list. Closely
Yeah.
followed by Suggs from Madness and Richard Hammond.
Yes.
You got any more?
What a trio. What a trio.
Yeah, I don't want that band.
You can just picture him with a catapult in the back pocket.
And Suggs is the only one without brain damage. You know you're in trouble. I imagine
And even
Jagger
then, I'm
has
not
somewhere.
convinced.
No, not really. No, call himself Suggs. Any other celebrities that remind you of schoolboys? I think Scott Mills wants to still be seen as a cheeky schoolboy, but he's moved into possible pedo area.
Yeah, he's moving into predatory gay territory.
Yeah, sleeps with women that are under the age bracket of what he should be sleeping with right now.
Yeah,
because he's on radio. How's he still?
I'd
Is he on Radio 1 still?
No, Radio 2 now.
I was going to say he's clinging on if he's still on Radio 1. That
He's been
hairline is not a
relegated.
Radio 1 hairline.
No. They've got Greg James on. Greg James. There's another cheeky schoolboy.
I think when you go into Radio 1, every year they measure how droopy, where the women's tits are getting closer to the floor, and where the men's hairlines are. And once it gets past a certain point on both, they're off to Radio 2.
They've got a thing like they have outside roller coasters.
yeah.
They've got one of them for hairlines and tits. Are you hairlines or tits?
They're quite
Craig
stringent.
Charles like both.
They're very stringent with it. If you look, they're off it straight away. If they were that stringent with pedos, then maybe they wouldn't be in all the mess they're in, really, would they? People want about hairlines, and they should have been looking at the hairs on the groins of the people that people are having sex with in the dressing rooms. So I didn't do it. They fucking did it.
It's true.
It's true. I've not done anything yet. Not yet. Why did I say yet? That was menacing. I don't know why I said yet. There's no need to say yet. It slipped out. It was it became a threat by mistake.
The sense of disappointment was palpable in your voice.
Yet. Then he says, "Oh no, brown sugar, just like a young girl should." Yeah. Why is he adding the nose now? Oh no. The nervous pedo. Oh no, brown sugar. Just suck it like a young girl should. Yeah.
What's worse? Is it just like a black girl should, or just like a young girl should? What's creepier?
Is there a line where he says just like a young black girl should?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
What's worse? Well, black girl's worse because young could be above the age of consent, whereas if he said black girl's okay to say. There's no problem with that. That's a fair word. But just like a black girl should implies that black women should be fucking white men at their discretion without any say in the matter. So that's worse, I'd say. But if he also implied that young girls should be fucking him no matter what, then that's also quite bad. But I feel like the black just puts a And you know what? I think it's implied that he's talking about a young black girl. To be quite honest with you,
of course, yeah.
I don't think she's 55. The one he's talking about. So, there you go. And then it's creepy. This is a weird song. But then at the end he goes, I said, yeah, woo. How come you taste so good? Yeah, woo. Just like a black girl should. Yeah, woo.
It's the woo.
It's because basically he's like a plantation owner with a cowboy hat now, going like, I said, like he's fucking her from behind. He's going, I said, yeah, woo. How come you taste so good, girl? And then he's like, woo, yeah, just like a black girl should. Yeehaw! At midnight. It's too late for all that, I think.
If you've enjoyed the show, then please like, rate, review, and follow to help push us up the charts. Get in touch with us at any of the links in the episode description, or email liquorandlyrics@gmail.com.
So that's it. A weird one, but I think we had our moments there.
Don't ever let it be said that we shy away from
The difficult
issues.
topics. No, yeah.
Difficult topics.
I can say I'm absolutely disgusted with this song, to be quite honest with you. I think he's tried to make a political point, but he's actually made a very disgustingly offensive song. And not just offensive in the way that we normally have with like pedo-y stuff, like offensive to whole races of people and history. And the woman who he caused. Yeah.
It's like an episode of Panorama, this.
Wait, did you say the Gimme Shelter was 2 years before this?
Yeah.
Or maybe this was like his apology.
The black woman to have a oh God.
Maybe this was like his swan song to it. Like he's sort of he realised what he did, and this was him talking about the power dynamics between white men and black women.
And then he just added the line, just like a black girl should, just to really seal the apology.
Yes, yeah, it does have apology written all over it. This song, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? This song to me feels very much like white man who's pretentious tries to be progressive, but does drugs and writes a very offensive song, but thinks, and him and his other friends thinks he did a great job, but anyone with a brain that reads it is disgusted by it. That's what this kind of stinks of. Yeah. And this is a lot of people's favorite song and a good Rolling Stones song, so the lyrics are kind of just like, I guess people just let it go. What a weird episode of Looking at Lyrics. Nick, shall we?
For us, yeah. God, imagine listening to 43 episodes and thinking, "Oh, that was a weird episode."
No, this is the song that broke us. So, shall we? Well, let's spin the wheel and see what comes up.
Let's spin the wheel of mayhem, Dan.
Well, Nick, next week it's a song called Young Girl, much like a phrase that was used in this song, by Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. So, Young Girl.
Just a bit of additional information on that song. On Google, when you search for that song, it says genres: pop, rock, R&B, soul, folk, and children's music.
Well, there you go. Maybe it's got a hidden message in it when you play it backwards that
I'll be spending
it hypnotizes kids into going to his house.
I'll try and find it.
Come hither, kids, the Pied Piper of vinyls.
I've never tried doing that. That's an idea.
I'll
start
hypnotizing kids.
Yeah. Maybe that's what Ice Cream Men are doing.
Oh yeah, could be. Yeah.
Maybe that's what's going on.
The Chuck Ice Man. I'm hearing the music now. I'm hearing the jingle now. It wasn't a house at all. It was an ice cream van with an old mattress in it. Oh my God. You've cracked the code.
Oh God, he must have had loads of victims. He must have had hundreds and thousands.
Hey! Well, interestingly,
he topped himself in the end now.
He had a Mr. Whippy at the end. I'll tell you that.
That's derogatory, that's a shame. Right, let's go.
I just hope he doesn't put a flake in it. Yeah, and also when you told me the song was called Young Girl Get Out of My Mind rather than Young Girl, and I googled that, I got up a list of different paedophile conversion therapy groups. So, book. If anyone wants to book any, Google that.
Let us know next week how that went, Dan. Should we say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Bye.